Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome on in. My name is Magic Pumpkin, and as you can tell by the title of today's video, we are doing cozy witchy vibes tarot readings. Okay, it's just kind of different. This is new, this is exciting. I just wanted to try something different, so I've went ahead and I've created 3 different cozy witchy vibe tarot spreads. And instead of just doing one mega spread right here with all of them, which I will have as a complete bundle as an option on my Ko-fi page, which is right here and also linked in the description box below. I've also did the option of breaking them apart to smaller bite-sized pieces. So these spreads will consist of about 3, maybe 4 cards. It depends on also how many cards decide to come out of the deck, but the goal is that it'll be 3 cards. And then we're actually going to do oracles with them as well. So this is supposed to make it be easier to digest and not feel very overwhelming. These spreads were made in mind to keep like cozy vibes, warmth. I just hope I don't say cozy so many times in this video, but just so you know what you're getting into with this, it's supposed to be very just warm and welcoming. Okay, so I highly recommend grabbing a nice warm beverage of your choice. I personally know that I will be drinking some coffee after I'm done recording this, so I'm looking forward to that as a nice little treat. Okay, but some warm beverage, get a blanket, curl up, and listen and get your tarot reading. Now you can pick one of these spreads, or you can pick all 3 and get a taste of each of them. So I also highly recommend following me on Twitch. Again, will be in the description box. Actually popped up right here. That's my handle. It's Magic Pumpkin on Twitch. But it will also be in the description box below. So there's an opportunity to get one of these spreads for free, because I will need to be practicing this with individuals on my Twitch, okay? All right, so let's take a pause. Let me explain what each of these spreads entail, and then also let me know what you think of this style video, if you like this option, because I hope to bring in more like this if people do enjoy it over just a pick a card or pick a deck. Those aren't going away completely, nothing of that nature, but I want to do more of these with different themes. The first one we're doing is a witchy cozy one, because why not? This is like the heart and soul of who I am. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so here is option number 1. You should see the name of it on the screen here. I'm pretty confident in my editing abilities, so you should see the name of the spread as option 1 here. It will also be in the description box below, and this is true for all 3 of the spreads. You'll see them on the screen, and you'll see them down below. The blue numbers to the right of the name of the spread, you should be able to click on those and fast forward to your reading. However, you may be more called to read all 3 of them, or listen, I should say. Listen and watch all 3 of them, okay? Either way, I do hope you enjoy these readings, and please be sure to make sure you give the video a thumbs up, drop a comment, let me know what you thought of this style, and what type of style readings or questions or themes would you like me to do next, okay? It just helps you get found in the algorithm if you can just interact with this video a little bit. I'd appreciate it, okay? Alright, so let's now actually get into it. Option number 1 is Cozy Home and Hearth Spread. With the Cozy Home and Hearth spread, this was created in mind about your environment. What is nurturing, what is cozy, what is warm in that environment. Basically, kind of like your blessings. What is currently surrounding you, and how can you grow and expand those blessings? Sometimes we have moments of cozy vibes and they're just so fleeting, and we need it to expand. Sometimes you don't feel safe, and like, how can you feel more protected by the divine in these times and circumstances? Okay, so there's things that you'll know to work on, maybe things you need to release, patterns you need to be aware of. So this is more dealing about your environment and just basically how you can expand on the good side of those things, not neglecting anything that goes bad in your life, because that might be brought up into the tarot reading, but it kind of just makes a focus on how you can also act on joy as well when we're feeling like we really have not been focusing in on our joy, okay? So that is option number 1, the Cozy Home and Hearth spread, okay? More about your environment. Then the second option is Restoring Herbal Tea Spread. Now, I love coffee. I actually love coffee a tad bit more than I do tea. I think I might have said this already, but this one I still went with the herbal tea as a name for the spread, because herbal teas have been very much known to be restoring your energy. They can help with some things, making you feel better. Different teas provide different benefits. Okay, so I wanted to kind of bring that into here. It is a nice thing, a nice cozy warm drink. So even if you're not really into tea, maybe you still want to get into this reading. So this one is about, you know, soothing and healing energy. This is about nourishing yourself, your body, and your spirit. What requires soothing and healing? So kind of like when the home spread is more about like what is good in your life, what gives you that feeling of security, how can you expand upon this. This one more so wants to take a look at the problem though. Like, let's take a focus and the problem and what's taking away from your focus, your goals, and maybe also potentially if you are a magic practitioner, what is draining your magic. So how can you invite and cultivate energy that will help restore the spiritual side of you, your spiritual levels, you know, find out what resources are available to you, you know, that sort of stuff. So this is a little bit more proactive on like the, you can say shadow elements or just like the darker side. You know, not everything is, you know, sunshine and rainbows. So, you know, what's sometimes the best thing is a cozy cup of tea or coffee, but tea on a rainy day. We're going to try to make some changes, okay? So that is what spread number 2 is. And spread number 3, this one, I'm not going to say I have a favorite, but I do really enjoy this one. This is the Comforting Rose Quartz spread. When I thought of a crystal that has some of the most warm, cozy, comforting energy out there, rose quartz was at the top of my mind. So with this in mind, rose quartz brings in unconditional love. So with the spread, this tells about something about yourself that is deserving of unconditional love. What is the best part of you, and how does that like inspire others? How do others view you in the sense of like your energy, the best part of you, what glows? Okay, so what is and then I'll get into like what is blocking you, what is blocking you from advancing that energy, like why do you have any low confidence about it, were you aware of it, that sort of stuff. And you know, how do you cultivate more warm and welcoming of the cozy energy of like the rose quartz. All right, how do you bring more unconditional love to you and yourself? So if you're dealing with more of like self-esteem issues, maybe the Comforting Rose Quartz spread is more aligned with you. Okay, so I think that about covers it. Remember, these ones are not going to be exactly like the Ko-fi one if I have to make any adjustments. Also, if you go on the Ko-fi shop, these would just be just the tarot portion. For YouTube, I am doing tarot, and I'm going to add some oracle to here. Okay, so again, to kind of sum it up, the Cozy Home and Hearth one is about your environment, nurturing things in your environment, how you can grow and expand upon them. The Herbal tea spread is more about what is some ailments, what's going wrong in your life, and how can you try to fix it, what you need to be more aware of, things you need to release. And then the Comforting Rose Quartz spread is more about like self-improvement, viewing yourself in a more loving way, how to be more kinder to yourself. Okay, these are very soft, they're meant to be soft. You know, the world can be very harsh, so I did want to put out some comforting style tarot spreads, more to come later that might have different twists and turns into them, but we're starting off here. This is at the core of who I am and my energy, and I want to just start here before we start advancing to other spreads that hopefully will be coming to the channel and to my Ko-fi shop whenever you're seeing this video, because maybe you're watching this and they're already up there, so who knows. Alright, I will see you in just a moment for your reading. Hello and welcome to your reading. If you're here, this means you picked the Cozy Home and Hearth spread. Let me start shuffling already while we ponder the first part of the question here, which is what is in your life that provides you with a sense of warmth and security? Now, also keep in mind this is going to be a smaller spread than what you might be used to seeing on here. This is much smaller. If you've ever watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that you should be expecting like a huge row of cards. But the point of this is to not be overwhelming, so we don't need to use that many cards for this, okay? You still get a very thorough reading, but if you want more information, I highly recommend then watching the other 2 parts of this video to get the other spreads as well. Okay, so Spirit, what's in life? What is in our life that provides us with a sense of warmth and security? We have first up the Cozy Witch. Take a chance, for each morning is a new beginning. So with this, our environment is very much more like fertile with potential, okay? So we have a lot of possibilities in our lives, which is a good thing when you have a lot of options. You know, you may have a hard time deciding what path to take in here, but the Fool itself, so this is the Cozy Witch, is the Fool card in this tarot. So the Fool card, though, is like taking that risk and chance because you are divinely guided. Spirits, they're guiding you. You may be, you know, having hints of intuition. You're like, I don't know why, but I'm always so lucky when I do this. You know, that is your environment. You're very lucky by nature, okay? So what could possibly be challenging, though? Besides, I'm thinking about, for some of us, it's making that choice. Like when you have so much potential in you, you know, what is that choice? But you're choosing this life of comfort. You're choosing to, you know, have these cozy vibes and making sure that your environment matches this. You're making the changes and requirement to it. So what can challenge that? 9 of Wands, very tired energy. This says it would take a hell lot more to defeat you, but you could be feeling very, very tired. You could be feeling very exhausted and just overwhelmed. But with 9 of Wands here, it's like someone who's a fighter, someone who is more than willing to finish the task that they started here, okay? So your environment, your home is teething with, you know, possibilities and opportunities, and you will not give up on them, okay? The challenge may be feeling like you want to give up, but you're so close to completing the journey you have started, okay? This is, for some of you, a nurturing environment, because again, we're dealing with the home and hearth. What is at the home and heart of the matter is making sure you have enough energy. Now, if you have to take more breaks, keep that in mind. We're going to find out next, though, you know, how can you be brought back to the center? How can you get over this overwhelming energy of feeling like you may be wanting to give up? We have the Magician. Okay, yes, this is a deck I don't know if I've ever used on the channel before, but I have already used it. So we're seeing this really cool order approach here. So the Magician, you have everything you need to do anything you want, and in this picture alone, they have the basic needs and necessities in front of them, you know, dealing with the pentacles, the wands, the cauldrons as the cups, you know, swords. This is also dealing with mind, body, and spirit, and action, putting all your actions in order, in a sense of, like, I'm trying to make sure I'm making sense when I'm trying to explain this. You have all the tools necessary to take care of your environment. Your resources are very close at hand. You just have to put your mind to it. So I get this vibe and this feeling of a person who's feeling very overwhelmed right now. You feel like your environment can be very overstimulating. It doesn't feel very nurturing. There's been too many things going on, and like you could be leaning to a burnout. You're willing to give up. You know, what started as a really great journey, you're like, oh, this is too much. The Magician is just like, this is just the step forward. This is growing pains. Don't worry, you have everything you need to reach your full potential. You have everything you need in your environment right now. You just need to give it direction. You know, this is why we have wands in here. We have action being brought into here. Okay, I'm going to push these guys up just a little bit because like I said, I'm going to bring Oracle into here. I don't know if this will be part of the normal spread, but I just feel like it was right to at least bring some Oracle for some additional guidance in this situation. Okay. First one is graceful persistence, and it is in reverse, which just kind of means like you're having a hard time being persistent. That has been a great challenge to you. Then we have productivity. We have a bee and a pomegranate. We've got productivity though. You've been making some moves lately. I get the feel of like this, of like you've been having a lot of persistence, and like you've been trying to get your environment, you know, whether you're pouring money into your environment, your time, like you're cleaning it a lot, you're reorganizing it a lot. You've been doing a lot of work in this space. You've seen the potential of it and you've been wanting to do it, but it's been feeling very overwhelming. And that's why when we see that magician, like no matter what this card is right here, the magician is just like, just take care of the basic necessities. It's okay just to deal in the basic. You don't have to go extravagant for every single thing, okay, in your life. And then we have purification. And why it's in reverse, this more so tells me because we need to do more cleansing. We need to let go. We need to release. Some of you have some purging in the mind. There's some stuff you want to get rid of. You should be doing that, okay? I'm also getting the vibe of someone who needs to sit. And this could also be coming from the Nine of Wands energy because someone is sitting on the floor. But I was thinking more of that grounding energy of needing to literally like sit on the floor and have a meditation session, okay? Thinking of the things you want to purge in your life, thinking of the things that you want to release and you want to let go of. I also see this as more of as an invitation for the magician. You need to do more affirmations. You need to speak it into existence. You also may need to speak to your home. I know that sounds kind of crazy. Maybe like, why am I speaking to the walls? But more so about the spirits within your home, to spirit, showing, you know, gratitude, like thank you for sheltering me, thank you for protecting me, thank you to my bed, you know, my pillows, you know, that sort of stuff. Trying to show some more gratitude to the things you currently have, and also gratitude for yourself for how far you've pushed yourself to this point. Like, thank you for the journey, thank you for the lessons. You came from a place of, you know, well, the Fool card, you may have been feeling very foolish in your journey, in this journey for you of nurturing and trying to expand and grow your blessings, your opportunities. But you've put in so much work into this. It's not over yet for you. There's still so much more potential. For some of you, you're going to get like a what I'm seeing from here, so between these two cards here, you're going to get something like a bee and like shock and like, you know, the sting, but it's like an aha moment of just like, you know, oh my God, this is how I get through this. This is how I let go of these things. This is how I progress. And then all of that energy gets poured back into your life, gets poured back into your environment, into, you know, gets back to being a flowing type of energy, if that makes sense, okay? Yeah, a lot of potential here. Don't give up yet. If you take anything else from this reading, group 1, do not give up on your journey. Do not give up on your environment, your home. Your home is a very sacred place. Your home just needs a good cleaning, in a sense. We need to cleanse it. We need to put some more work into cleansing it. Some of you may want to do an energy cleanse. Highly recommend that. But we are going to end this reading, this short and sweet, simple reading, with a therapet, because I just figured for cozy, witchy vibes and cozy reads, we should end with a very positive note. Plus, you need a message. The magician's just like, you know, here's this message and that you needed to hear, and you can hold it with you. These aren't exactly affirmations, but you can use them as affirmations. Some of them are more affirmation-like than others. Okay, we have to split the deck for this one because it's too large for my hands to have anything flip out of it. Oh, you are worthy of taking care of. Oh, I say worthy, but I mean you are worth taking care of. You are worth taking care of. Keep that in mind. Please do keep that in mind. The work you've been doing, the productivity you've been putting in, you've been putting in so much work into your blessings, and like you're so close with that 9. You're so close. You just may not see it yet, okay? You're going to have that moment though, that aha moment, which is going to help push you and finish and complete it. And that coziness is going to come to you. You're gonna get over it like a slump, okay? I hope this was somewhat, you know, it was everything cozy. It was somewhat, you know, telling you what you needed to hear right now and what you had to know. But please let me know what you think of this. What improvements? Do you think it needs the oracle cards, you know, versus it would have just been just the tarot part? You know, any feedback at all? I would love. Okay, thank you so much, and I will catch you in the next reading, or I'll see you when I see you. Bye. Hello there. Option number 2, the Restoring Herbal Tea Spread. Let me know what your favorite cup of tea is, and let me know if you're drinking any tea while you're watching this video. Very curious, okay? So let me start shuffling, and let's find out what part of your environment or your magic requires soothing and healing. Like, what part of you has been getting neglected, okay? Do keep in mind, this is, if you've ever seen any of my other videos before, this is a very, very much different spread, and very much so smaller, so this reading is going to be much quicker. If you are looking for more details, I highly recommend watching the other 2/3 of the options there. So we have 6 of Cups coming out here, and it says, give yourself the compassion you were never given. So this is in reference to nostalgia. This is like on the nose right here. This is not pulling any punches of any sort. So what part of your magic or your life requires more nourishment? This is right off the bat, childhood. This is wanting to do things that you couldn't do as a child, or people made you feel ashamed of doing as a child. Like, you know, you need to grow up. You can't be playing with those toys anymore. You can't be gaming more. Like, your nose is always in a book. You need to get out of there. You know, just those are some prime examples there. I think a lot of people have gone through during different aspects of those in their childhood, but you maybe need to give more attention to this. Do something to unlock your creativity. And so anything that you went towards the past, or like you look towards your past and you're like, that wasn't that great. Is there anything you can do now, however, to address those needs and those desires? I do know a lot of times people say, hey, work on, you know, your inner child. What does that entail? There's a lot of ways you can do that. I do know there's a book, I think it's called The Artist's Way, which kind of touches a little bit into that inner childhood, or inner child type of energy. But more so, for how I see it, it's just like, when you were a child, what did you dream you wanted to grow up to be? What did you do just for fun? If you were by yourself, how did you entertain yourself? Okay. If you had siblings, was there something fun that you guys only did? And how do you work and do that again? It's okay to dip back into the realm of nostalgia, you know, once in a while, as long as you don't look at it as everything was always perfect, nothing was ever wrong. Because as children, we just don't know everything that's going around. We can't comprehend it, okay? So, and obviously the information back then is much different than the information, how we can get information nowadays. So what has been taking away this focus? So we've been dealing with childhood energy, young energy. What is taking away our focus from, like, doing the things that we love as we were a child? That was pretty quick. 4 of Swords. Why aren't you resting? I think this is going to be pretty on the nose as well for a lot of people, because we're busy. As simple as that. You've been too busy to work on anything that your childhood would have wanted you to do. I know right off the top of my head, gaming is the top one for me. Like, wanting to find time to read and to game, but also you need to sleep. You need to eat. You need to have, you need to go to work. You need to do that sort of stuff. So my recommendation right off the bat here is adding one thing at a time to your to-do list. For some of you out there, the best thing to do as well is to get a spreadsheet. You can do like a free Google spreadsheet, put the hours on the left side, or just Google calendars. You know what, that's even better. Just Google Calendar, less work for you to do. And just look at how much energy you're spending throughout your day, right? How much energy you're putting towards making meals, cleaning, going to work, the transportation, and try to find those little itty-bitty time slots. And maybe some days are much more busy than others. I know, oh my god, this is also thinking about the world of balancing, needing to do a balancing act. Everyone's like, you have to be balanced. Some days you work a 16-hour shift. It's unfortunate, but it happens. You know, especially I'm thinking like hospitality. Those I used to do really long shifts when I was in hospitality as an event planner. Which means, like, you know what, the next day is just recoup. It's recuperating. It's resting. you worked hard, you're going to rest hard, and then hopefully in your resting time and hours, you can go and find time to have that moments of joy. So with this, what's some kinder and more loving ways can you restore your energy and spiritual levels? What resources can help you? Justice. Stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine. We have Libra energy coming into here. We see the little scales right there. Just talking about that balance brought out justice. This is also for divine timing. We're going to put those to the side for now. We're going to bring in some oracles in just a bit. But when we're talking about kinder ways, Libra is ruled by the planet of Venus. Venus is beauty, it's artwork. Maybe you should go to an art museum, you know? Did you like doing art as a child? Something even as simple as finger painting. Get a coloring book, maybe a coloring book that tells you where you have to do the colors, you know, has all the 1s, 2s, and 3s, and you just like pick the color and you stick with it. It helps simplify things. You don't have to put a lot of thought to it. And you can also maybe listen to an audiobook, listen to your favorite movie playing in the background. You know, if you have a favorite streamer, you know, you have the streamer on while you're, you know, doing your coloring and whatnot. That could be a really great experience for you. So there's you trying to do this, trying to interact, be part of the community while also working on your own thing. There's that bit of balance being brought into it. So justice also is kind of like things, as long as you're true to yourself, you're true to what your needs are, you'll be able to find this time. The hardest part for you is going to be, you know, making sure that you're resting as well. Because I also think some people do feel guilty about when they're trying to work on your childhood, like trying to help your inner child, trying to do that creativity. This is an ongoing process. This is not one and done, okay? Let's see what the oracle cards also have to say. That. And this one was at the top. The first one is inspiration. Okay, and since it's in reverse, it just tells me that we're lacking inspiration. Oh, this could be because you're so tired. It's just, I want to get done with my day. I want to go do my job, go home, eat, maybe have a drink, and go to bed. Repeat, you know, because it's so stressful. You could be lacking inspiration, and that's what I was talking about before. Like when you were in your childhood, what did you used to do is, you know, when you were on your own and you didn't have anyone else entertain you? What did you used to do? What is something that you're called to do now? And like, you know, is there any games maybe you have that you could play now that you're older? You know, is there, it could be too complicated as well if you want to get other people involved, like getting people together for a game night. That could cause a lot of chaos. But if you do have a group of friends, maybe you want to do something like playing a board game, playing a card game. You know, that's something that you looked forward to when you were younger, okay? We have new opportunities for this rest. And this does come from, because when we also used to see the sword, sometimes the illustration would be a person's like laying either on a bed or is supposed to be in a grave. They're laying on top and one sword is underneath them and the other 3 are up like in a case above. This person is taking one step, one thing at a time, one new opportunity. They're not working on everything all at once. They're taking it very slow. This opportunity, this may be something new, something you never really were concerned about before. I think this is going to come from this sort of inspiration. Okay. And then we have leadership. We have leadership sitting underneath justice. I get this feeling of just like leadership of your own life. Okay, justice is just like everything will be fair in your eyes, in your realm. Like you're going to have this balance between things you did as, you know, as a child to what aspects of it are you going to bring into your life right now. This is you taking that leadership role. That's going to feel very invigorating for you. You're going to be inspired by it, okay? Very much so inspired to take control of your life and bring the focus back into your rest, into your opportunities, and what you want to grow and what you want for your blessings to be, okay? This is very much, this is comforting to you, is being able to take control. You don't like just leaving it up to fate. You can lead certain stuff up to divine timing, but for you, you're going to take control of what your childhood was and what you would like to do now to heal that part of your life, okay? Okay, I'm going to push these just a little up. We're going to end this reading. Again, remember, this is supposed to be a nice, shorter reading than what you're used to. But we're going to end this with a therapet because this deck just screams cozy vibes, and I could not imagine doing a reading without this one. So this is a message you need to hear right now from Spirit. Split the deck. No one else knows what they're doing either. It's all going to turn out fine. Oops, here we go. No one else knows what they're doing either. It's all going to turn out fine. Because you're busy, you're working on what you want to work on. Everyone else is just doing their best with the information that they know, and so are you. Do not compare your journey to others. It's going to turn out fine, okay? Alright, thank you so much for watching this reading. Please let me know what you thought of it. Please let me know what you thought of the spread. Do you think it requires the oracle cards as well? The little affirmation here at the end? Because normally this spread would just be these 3 cards right here, just the tarot portion. So I'd love to hear your feedback on this and what you thought of this reading, if it was insightful, useful, or you prefer the old style readings instead. Thank you so much, and I will see you when I see you. Bye. Hello there, group number 3. For you, you picked the Comforting Rose Crystal spread. And if you're wondering if I have any rose crystal, I do. I have a little rose crystal ball, actually. So I just don't normally take it out. This actually sits on my altar a lot. Look at that. I just want to pop it right there, but of course it's gonna roll around. So I have like these costume jewelry, this little ring right here, and I actually just like put it like that, and you see it like stops it from rolling. That's how it sits on my altar. But I'll have it on the side here, considering this is the Comforting Rose Quartz crystal spread. All right, so let's start shuffling to find out how you can bring more compassion to yourself. What is some of the best aspects of you that other people really notice, and how do you really expand upon this comforting energy and this, bring out the best energy of yourself? Like, who doesn't want to know about their best versions? And how to be more of that. Now, do you remember that this is a smaller spread? This is not going to be anything like my other spreads before. It's meant to be small, so it's not overwhelming. But if you would like more of a reading, you can always check out the other 2 readings available in this video. Okay, for the first card is, what is the best? So the first part we're going into here is, what is the best part of you? What inspires compassion and harmony with the people around you because of you? We have the Lover's card, some Gemini energy, probably because you can see things from both sides, both perspectives. It says, you will or you won't. The choice is yours. This is about how you make decisions as well. You do have a good balance between the heart and the mind, because this is the Lover's card, which is not, too shocking to see with rose quartz being right there. But this is trying to talk to us about the choices that we make. You have a good balance about when you're trying to get your heart and your mind to work on the same, like trying to set the same path, trying to make the same decision. You don't let one overrule the other. You try to see things from all points of view. You try to communicate that. You try to articulate it and have conversations with other people. You can connect with people very, very easily. Some of you may also have a very deep spiritual connection. So like you get signs, you get messages, and you're able to articulate that and put it into your day-to-day tasks. So what is blocking you from really advancing that energy or showing yourself unconditional love? Because you might be feeling like, oh, whatever, like, yeah, sure, I can do that, but who cares? People care. They're drawn to that about you because you make these choices. You make these decisions with your full heart, but your mind is quite close to it as well. You don't just, leave things out to fate or, what's the word? You don't do things on a whim. You're weighing your pros and cons with this choice in this matter. We have 15, which is toxic witches. Be cautious of those who take more than they give. This is the devil card in this tarot deck, but it says toxic witches. You may have had bad interactions with certain people, so you've been closing that off, and you're just like, I don't want to show this version of myself to anyone. I kind of get that feeling of like when you're speaking so passionately about something to someone, and they're just like, uh-huh, and then just like ignore you, and like they make you feel like so bad for talking about something they're very passionate about, and so now you're clamming up. You're like, I'm not going to talk about this anymore. I'm just going to keep it to myself, keep it to my, I don't want to talk with people, I don't want to interact with people, you know. And it's like some people are just crappy people. There's nothing you can do about that but remove yourself from their environment and cultivate relationships with better people. This is you being able to liberate yourself from these friend groups, okay? These friend groups are not in your best mind, the best situation, okay? Also, I'm just getting this. This is not, this could be like the little devil on your shoulder, like the inner person that just like the inner critic that's telling you these things, or this could be reflective of an actual group of people. Or not a group of people, but like I'm thinking group because the group here, but a couple of people like that you consider to be close friends. In reality, they're not that close. They're just jealous, or they keep you around, and it's not in your best interest. You need to put space between you and them. How to cultivate more of that welcoming, warm, cozy energy. How to better show yourself unconditional love. We have the Tower. Get ready, things are about to be shaken up. So there's not a lot of cozy vibes with the Tower, not gonna lie, but we're not gonna walk away from it either, okay? The goal for this one is more of, because your foundation needs to be shaken up, this toxic relationship you have with either this devil on your shoulder that's telling you this nonsense, telling you that you're not worthy of love, trying to make you feel like you're a burden to others, or people that make you feel like this foundation needs to break. This foundation needs to be shooken up for your benefit. And when you see this is going to also be your aha moment, and a moment of you to have to choose a choice you're going to make on what you're going to do with this. Are you just going to break those chains and feel free and feel like, you know what, I'm going to embrace this new version of me. No one's going to hold me back from this version of me. No one's going to hold me back from showing myself unconditional love anymore, you know? And it's like, this is it. This is the moment. So that's kind of the vibe I have from this, and it feels like enthralling, and it's like, that doesn't sound very cozy, but sometimes cozy needs to take a back seat to what's really the issue going on here, because after that you're going to feel warm. You're going to feel like, okay, this is it. This is better. And those cozy vibes, that, you know, the warmth, the welcoming is going to start flowing back into your life, all right? Out of curiosity, I was just curious what's at the bottom of the deck here. We've got Two of Pentacles. When life gets chaotic, find a way to get grounded and balance. Okay, I just gotta throw this one in here. Usually this wouldn't come with it, but we're gonna throw that in there. This is the card at the bottom of the deck. This is like what's lurking in the shadow. This is a choice you've had to make. You've been thinking about it for a while. You've got some big choices to be made with these group of people, the situation. Who do you listen to? Who do you cut out? And it will be for your best interest. All right, we're going to do some oracle cards here. Also, this is major moves. You got nothing but major arcana besides the Two of Pentacles being right here. So a lot of things are working behind the scenes, out of your control about the situation. So what can you do? What can you bring back into control? What choices can you make? What decisions can you make to make you feel like you have control? Sorry, that was a bad flip because I was talking. I gotta learn to stop doing that. Or you get all three here. Determination. Now, these did come in reverse, but in order to read them, I need to flip them back up. We've got determination. So you need to find your determination, okay? You need to find that love and compassion, be determined to hold on to it. This has to come from a place of such deep healing and self-love. A choice must be made. I'm going to leave it like this because it looks prettier. Mischief. There's mischief going on to here that's going to be revealed to you soon. If you ever felt bad vibes from someone in a group and like you feel like people are talking behind your back, sometimes that mischief, it is true. Sometimes it's just your anxieties thinking that people are talking about you, and that's what's going to be broken free from here. Not all the time is it other people, but we have some mischief going about. So you got to take control of the situation and make that choice of maybe you just need your own space. Like you just need some time to yourself and you need to go to a more, welcoming environment. You need to find, make that choice and like maybe take a step back. You need some time alone. You need to like really reevaluate things, and that would be the best situation. And then we have overcoming obstacles. Do not resist this change from this tower. The fact that it's sitting underneath the tower is just like you're overcoming these obstacles of the devil to welcoming this tower energy. I know people are like always typically scared of like that tower card, but it's welcome chaos. If you want things to change, you need the tower to come in and shake it up. Chaos can be working for you too. I just kind of get that feeling of like if you felt in a very dark and just like unloving situation, a very like cold place, the tower breaks that foundation and opens you to a portal to a whole new world, a whole new experience. So welcome that energy. It helps you get over these obstacles. You will no longer feel chained down like you do now. Basically tell that little devil on your shoulder to F off, that you're on to bigger, better things. With destruction, you rise from the ashes of that. That also brought us Capricorn energy, I should say, and the tower brings us both Mars and Scorpio energy. Or Mars, Scorpio, and Aries energy. Mars energy is for the card. Mars rules over Scorpio and Aries. Okay, so we're going to end this reading with a cute little therapist card, a nice little message you need to hear now. And I really do believe this group needs this more than ever. But let's find out what you need to know. Oh my God, we're just speaking about that. You will rise above the ashes. You will find a way to become whole again. You will rise above the ashes. You will find a way to become whole again. This is just perfect. This is perfect to this reading. Talking about that Scorpio energy, which is Phoenix energy. So you may have a lot of Scorpio placements. Maybe you are a Scorpio. Let me know in the comments below if you're watching this and you are a Scorpio placement. I would love to know. And so yeah, so you will rise above the ashes. You will find a way to become whole again from this destruction, from letting go. Maybe these people are very close to you, and you're like, I don't want to, but you're gonna have to. You're gonna need this to be shooken up because this is for your betterment. You gotta do this for your health, for your mind, for your body, for your soul, okay? Thank you so much for watching this reading with me. I do appreciate it. Please let me know what you thought of this reading. Do you think it needed the oracle cards? Because originally this video will only, or this spread will only come with just the tarot portion. Okay, so let me know if you think or you love it with the oracles to be added just like this, and let me know if rose quartz is your favorite crystal or not. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed your reading, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.